This is White Oak Creek Outdoors, a podcast for everyone with a passion for the outdoors. All right, welcome to White Oak Creek Outdoors podcast. We are currently in a hotel room in Vermont. We just finished up the total total archery challenge on Mount Pico.
That's not a brain fart. It's called being inebriated.
Yeah.
Same.
What was that?
I said same.
So yeah, we did the Yeti course today, which is kind of the intermediate course. I'm actually kind of looking at the scorecard now. The Yeti course that we did today is 25 targets, anywhere from 40 to 85 yards. You got the prime course, which is anywhere from 40 to 120 yards. Sitka course is 40 to 100 yards. And the Leupold course, which is kind of, the beginner course, 20 to 60 yards. So in the hotel room today, we have myself, Brandon LaVirtue.
Katerina Condra.
Sydney Plochet.
It's Chris. Y'all know me.
It's Chris. Y'all know me. So yeah, we had a blast. Luckily, it wasn't super hot.
Oh, it was amazing weather.
It really was.
That wind really helped a lot.
It was
Nice
almost
breeze.
perfect. It was probably what would you say, 75?
Yeah.
And then probably around 80 when the sun came out.
Yeah.
Well, the weather said it was supposed to rain.
Yeah.
So I was dreading it.
Well, when we first got there this morning, so we went out to breakfast and then went to register this morning, and they had a fog delay because it was so foggy up on the mountain. But when we got there, it was freaking
Crystal
gorgeous.
clear. Yeah.
Yeah, it was nice.
It was so nice.
So, for people that haven't gone to Total Archery Challenge, you go up on a chairlift up to the top of the mountain and you work your way down. So we get up to the top, and the very first target is probably, what would you say?
I don't know. It was a bastard, though. You said it was, 75 yards?
It was 75 yards, and it was probably top 3 hardest shots there.
Yeah, of the day, just because...
Yeah.
Not only because of the distance. I mean, the distance wasn't hard. What was hard was the lighting and the environment that it was in. Because the lighting, you can make out the silhouette of what you were shooting at.
Yeah.
Hardly.
Barely.
And then the environment, you were shooting into the woods. And yeah, that's how I lost my first arrow. I missed it.
I missed it. You know what it was too for me was you hop right off the chairlift and you have everybody just circling around you, and it's the very first shot, and it's like, okay, do I rush because all these people are behind me, and it's a low light shot, and it's one of the furthest shots on the course.
I mean, but also with that, we didn't do follow-up shots. We took our one shot and we left.
Yes.
So, I mean, it has a mixture of things. Did anyone hit that target?
No.
No.
No one?
None of us.
None of us.
Right. So, I mean, like you were saying, it's top 3 of the top
I would
hard
say.
shots, yeah.
And it was us 4, and my dad went with us, who...
Storm and Norman's not here right now. He's out
he's
taking care of his wife.
Yeah.
Keeping her
So
happy.
he did not practice at all, not
Yeah.
even one frickin' shot.
That's what you guys were saying, you didn't shoot at all?
None.
4 months ago, maybe you were telling me you helped him out a little bit?
No. This was for the last year.
Yeah, since the last year.
Oh,
last
really?
hunting season.
Last year, when we were supposed to do Total Archery Challenge,
You helped him a little bit.
I helped him sight in his sight. And
He didn't touch it since.
Well, it got canceled, and then he hunted with it. And he ended up missing a decent buck with it, but it wasn't really his fault. It was the deer was running, and he took a shot, But yeah, he hasn't touched it since. So, all that being said, he really didn't do that bad.
Right,
No, he
I mean,
didn't.
because he, out of the group of us, out of the 5, he did the worst.
Yes.
But he did, and we were talking about this at dinner. He only missed by slim margins.
Yeah, inches. he was missing by inches, and I think a lot of it was, like he said, he was rushing his shots because he wasn't able to hold. Not that he wasn't able to hold the bow back, but you get the jitters when you haven't shot a lot,
right?
You know, and that's what that was. But I thought he was going to have a problem with getting up and down the mountain. Well, I say up and down, but down the mountain.
I mean, there was fucking up too.
There was
on this course, at least there was,
and he did pretty well.
Yeah, he seemed to be doing all right.
Yeah.
I mean, Sid on the other hand.
Dude, I died.
Wow. He threw you under the bus.
Oh yeah, it was too great to not.
It was hard.
It was a hard course.
It was a hard course.
Because the local, so it's the Loophole course this year. Last year it was locals.
Or the last time, 2 years ago.
Yes. It's not as steep. It's not as long either. So
the course was a little more straight, like a straight shot.
Exactly.
I would say.
And it took us 2.5 hours to do it. This one took almost 5.
Yep.
And yeah, we got backed up a little bit, but still.
But like you were saying earlier, that was probably because of the fog and
I think so.
Times, the fog delay, and
because the people that we were behind had a totally different knock time than we did.
Yeah.
And we caught up to
half
them
an hour earlier.
Yes.
Oh wow.
And we caught up to them pretty quick.
Yeah, we did.
Within the first 5 targets, I think.
Yeah. It was close to that.
First 10. Within that first 10.
Which, honestly, I'm glad we were following them because that was kind of fun to watch.
They were so cute.
Oh my god! It was this. It was a dad and his 2 kids, and they were both boys, probably 8 to 10 years old, maybe,
something like that,
with long blonde hair,
twin boys,
like surfer.
They were having some surfer dude hair,
like down to their shoulders,
but super cute kids. And this kid made a shot. It was like 30 yards through the woods. And this kid...
it was a tough shot.
That was a tough shot. And the kid made it. And the look on that kid's face was
pure enjoyment.
Pure enjoyment.
Yeah.
And he's like, what did he say? I just sended it.
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my god, that is fucking hilarious. But the pure enjoyment on that kid's face was like, okay, this is exactly why all of us do this.
Yeah, worth it.
So let's walk through the course. Let's go. First shot we talked about, we all sucked.
Garbage.
Mm-hmm.
And I broke an arrow. I didn't lose an arrow. Did you lose an arrow or did you break an arrow?
I feel like we I feel like all of ours went into a tree or something.
I found mine. Mine was like just underneath.
Yeah.
Mine went into a tree. That's the arrow I broke. So second shot was the pig or javelina.
Yeah, and that was like the easiest shot on the whole entire course.
It was 40 yards, clear open, nice and easy.
Yes.
I nailed it. Sid did pretty. You did pretty good. Got it in the ear, right?
Yeah.
I got it straight in the ear.
Yes.
Brain.
And Cat got it.
Cat got it.
And my dad got it.
Bran was making a video for the channel.
Yes.
He forgot to repin his bow.
Oh my god, yes.
The easiest shot, and it just goes.
We're like,
soaring over.
What's happening?
Yes. So actually, I totally forgot about this. So I videoed, I tried to video the whole shoot, and we actually got quite a bit of content for what we were able to do, really. Right. And I was videoing, and I let everyone else go first, and then I just picked up and tried to shoot. And I missed 4 feet over its head.
It was high.
Because it was pinned at 75 yards.
And I'm like, what the fuck just happened? I never missed. And then I'm like, I never moved my sight. So missed the first one and then, got the second one. But that was a good way to start.
So that was shot number 2. Shot number 3. I
honestly, they all blended together after that, to be totally honest. I mean, you had... was it that dark bear that was in the woods that we couldn't friggin' see?
No, I think it was the one that we started on one side of the woods and then the deer eating was on the other side. And it was dark. Sure. And you had to go through the woods to get to it.
Sure.
No.
Yeah.
No.
All right, going through the shots.
It's all a blur in my mind.
It
is.
I have no idea what happened.
So-
I blacked it all out.
Kind of close to the top of the mountain was that tough one that I went to where everyone was shooting to see where it was. I think it was a bobcat or something crawling out behind a rock.
Yes.
That was a tough shot.
That was a tough one because you had
All I saw was its head.
literally it was the head, and then you had just the front part of the vital, maybe 2 inches. So if you were any further back than that, you were smacking that rock.
Oh yeah.
And then I think we all got that one, didn't we?
Yep, we all hit that one, which not bad. I mean, because that it's a tough shot.
Yeah,
it was a tough shot.
And then you had a few after that were straight uphill.
No, that one was the one we were just talking about. Was relatively early. I think the straight uphills was like 11, 12, and
I think there were 8 and 9.
It could have been. You're talking about the gazelle, right? And then the turkey?
Yes.
Dude, fuck that turkey. I could not see it I couldn't see it for the life of me.
Turkey
It was hard to see. It was hard to see. And that was the thing, was some of them were so hard to see.
And I mean, for me, the turkey was the angle.
That's fair.
Just the angle of me oriented, like putting the bow, was weird.
Yeah. It is weird to go straight up.
Maybe because I, generally speaking, in our group, I'm taller. So I don't know, since you guys are shorter, had an easier time bringing the bow up. it just felt weird for me.
Yeah, I wouldn't know.
The shot before that one was, what, a 70-yard gazelle shot?
Yeah.
Over.
And that was hard because that shot was, you could only see the top part of the vital because it was over a hump.
Right.
So it was either you shoot it low when you're going in the grass, or you shoot it over.
And you're going over.
And you're going over. So you literally had 4 inches maybe?
Right.
Which I think me and Kat both went over it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because we were scared to hit that little hump.
hump.
And I hit low. I hit in the belly.
Yep. And I hit in the vitals.
Your dad hit the ground.
Hit the ground 10 feet before it.
Right.
And he was having a hard time too because he
doesn't have a 60, 70, or 80 sight.
His sight tape is only to 50 because he didn't want to take the time to do 60, 70, 80. So he was guessing, which honestly for his guessing he wasn't doing too bad.
That's fair.
And then you had that squirrel.
Dude, fuck that squirrel.
That might have been the hardest shot.
I couldn't see the squirrel.
In the top 3.
I didn't even know.
Because you couldn't see it.
I shot at the tape.
So
I went straight into a tree.
This squirrel, so get a picture.
Yes.
You were shooting over a small ravine.
Yep.
The squirrel was in the brush, in the tree line. The only way we knew where the target was because the people marked it out with a piece of pink flagging tape.
Right at the top of it.
Right at the top of it.
Yeah, and it was in between 2 trees.
Right.
And literally it was maybe 2 feet wide.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
And
max.
It was 29 or 32 yards.
29.
Yes.
29 yards. So
relatively easy in distance, but...
So I hit it decent. Chris, I don't know how, but he hit it, but the arrow was
if that was a real squirrel, it would be decapitated.
It was just weird. It was the weird how that thing held your arrow.
It was. It caught the arrow, and it was a lucky catch on the target for me actually hitting it. And then Sid hit the tree on the right
tree
side
shot.
or left side?
Right side.
Right side, then Storm and Norman hit it on the left.
On the left, and you went over.
Yeah, because I was aiming for the tape because I couldn't see the squirrel at all.
No, yeah.
Yeah. So I would say that was in the top 3. And then the one where there was probably 15 to 20 arrows in that tree.
Yes.
Oh,
that every single one of you guys fucking hit.
I could, yeah.
Okay, so to start this off and to make a picture, right?
Shot number 12 or 13?
Yeah. So it was a mule deer.
Yep.
I would say that was a mule deer, right?
Yeah.
And it was what, 75?
75 yards. Not a tough shot.
It was through a gap, like a tunnel, probably 4 feet wide.
So, I think you're skipping ahead. 75 yards, not a tough shot, because where the deer was, it was wide open.
Wide open deer, yeah.
Correct.
Where you're standing, wide open.
But 10 to 15 yards in front of you
is this little
patch.
shooting alley that they
Like 4 feet wide.
and
And then there was a lower branch.
that birch tree
Yes.
that like kicked out weird.
Yep.
And when I shot, I didn't even have that birch tree anywhere near my like the circle for my pin and my sight, and my arrow decided to fly right into it.
That was loud too, cause
it was
where
annoying.
we were standing, I'm like, when you hit it, I'm like, how did he hit that? And then
I think
you went,
yeah,
right?
I think I went.
And you smacked it twice in a row.
Twice. And then I was like, nope.
Kat, did you go or did my dad go?
Your dad went because I took a video of his
Yes.
split.
Okay. So they all hit the tree, and for some reason, my dad thought it was a great idea to do almost like a split and shoot as one of the park people are going by.
Right.
So he stops and watches the whole thing. So my dad shoots. He hits his like branches. His doesn't go in the tree.
No.
It hits the branches
And
and,
he goes
then
low.
goes low. And the guy goes, "Boy, I love this stance." I don't, and it said
Something
something.
been funny.
But it was fucking funny. And then you went and you hit the branches, not the tree.
Yep, because
and
it just
went-
bounced off.
and went low.
Yep.
And
no, yours like hit the branch and bounced around, right? Because we
Yeah,
got it right.
it
in
was
front.
right on the ground, right in front of the tree.
yeah.
And
Did you go twice?
Yeah, and then it went
About
a couple,
4 feet in front of it, right?
Yeah, a couple feet in front.
Yeah.
you went first, and you got a clean shot on
Yes. Which I don't know how. It's got to be because I'm short. It has to be.
it. Because I think I followed up, and that's when all the bad luck started for
Yeah.
all of us.
Yeah.
So I hit the birch. I'm like, what the hell just happened?
Yeah.
You told me I hit the birch tree. I'm like, oh, okay. Grabbed another arrow. I was able to hit it that time.
Yeah.
But, I mean, and then Kat, and then Sid. The problem with that is, like, where you're standing, that, like, you were saying on the course, you gotta watch the level of the arrow.
Yeah.
And that's where I think I fucked
I think
up.
so too. Because when you're on the way they set this course up, it's like back and forth. It's not straight down. They do it side to side to side.
Right. You're
So when
shooting
you're
across
standing
the
on the
mountain.
side, you're tilted on that mountain. So when you put the level on that bow, it almost looks like you're fucking up bad. You're like, what happened to my bow? But you're bringing it back to level, so you're all fucked up.
Or you don't bring it to level and it throws the arrow away.
bad.
Right.
Yeah.
And then we all went up and saw that tree was covered in arrows.
15 to 20 at least.
At least.
And this was only day 2.
Right.
Right.
Here,
Like,
yeah.
Crazy.
And on one course.
Yeah.
Did
Right.
on one course.
Yeah.
There's a ton.
Fucking wild. And that was just one shot.
Right.
The amount of arrows that we saw going down through,
Crazy.
I don't even want to know the amount of money
Oh, yeah.
that is just laying in the woods right now.
Yeah.
Broke.
You know what I mean? You got to think like $12 an arrow for decent arrows.
Unless you're cheap like me. Because I stopped at Walmart on the way. Because well, you knew that. I stopped at Walmart.
Yeah.
I got like $6 an arrow.
Yeah. But how many of those did you shoot?
I didn't lose a single Walmart arrow.
Shut the fuck up.
No.
Really?
They flew weird, but straight enough that like it didn't fuck with my sight picture or nothing. And yeah, I didn't lose a single Walmart. I lost 4 carnivores.
No shit.
Yeah. Because usually I wasted the carnivore and tried to get with the Walmart.
Yeah, well, yeah, exactly. And we did a lot of that too. It was like we missed one and we
I would
just
try again. Yeah.
follow it up with another one. And then after that one, it was that 85-yarder on that elk, wasn't
yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Which was a fun one because it didn't look 85 yards,
Not
but
at
it was
all.
definitely all of 85 yards.
Mhm.
And I smoked that one. You were just above me to the right.
Left. I was closer to the head.
Okay. Sid shot was low, shot again, hit the very bottom of it.
Yep.
And I was using like the bottom of my sight because mine only goes out to 60.
Yeah. And then my dad shot the very bottom of it.
Yeah.
And you were low left.
Mm-hmm.
No, you were low in the middle, and then you were left.
By like
your
3
height,
inches.
Yeah, your height was decent. Which, 85 fucking yards, shooting 45 pounds, is a fucking poke, man.
Is that what you're running at? 45?
Yeah, that thing rainbowed. Dude.
Like straight up. No, it's not that bad.
Well, yours is only at 60, right?
Mine's at 55.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Pounds?
Pounds.
No shit.
Dollars.
Rough. Who got sick on the hike down?
Okay. No, I didn't get sick on the hike down. I got sick in the hotel room.
No, fair enough.
So, what was after that?
Then we got into the Gazelle.
Well,
up the hill.
Yes.
Then, or was it?
I think that was after. I think the elk was after that. And then we started getting into the woods.
Yes.
Like the woods.
It was the coyote.
Like the wolf?
I thought that was... It could have...
The one that I stepped in the complete mud for.
No, before that, me and him ran up the mountain to go get the arrows.
Oh.
And then we went into the woods for the mud.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That you got your nice white sneakers covered.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Because that was a deer out there?
That was the coyote that she missed because she asked if it looked like Teary.
I'm talking before that.
Oh, Jesus Christ, I don't remember.
Way before that.
Really?
Yeah. So the elk, you know how we walk down and then walk back?
Yeah.
Then we walk along that road, the water coolers.
Yep. Shot up.
Yes.
Not at the Gazelle though, but at the coyote. Me and you ran up.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Okay, now I'm coming back
Then
to
we
it.
came back down, went into the woods
Yes.
to the deer.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was in that swamp, and that's when
All
it
hell
just
broke
became
loose.
mucky as hell.
Yep. Yeah, and it was woodsy after that.
Yeah,
like they put these fucking things in the woods.
Right. Because then we came out after the deer, walked kind of back, then shot at the pig or javelina.
Yep.
Sid smoked it. She had a great shot
Yep.
on it. Your shoulder gave out.
Oh yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So yeah. So we'll talk about that. So who shot first on that? You did.
Oh.
No, Chris did, because he was talking about
Cat
fucking.
did. Cat.
No.
No, you
I did.
Oh, Sid.
Because he wasn't going to move. You were like, you need to come up to the
He was talking about
cone.
fucking Russia and America and shit.
So
He said,
I
this
shot.
is fucking American. Oh, Russia. Da, 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 da.
Yeah, I can shoot wherever I want to.
So I
Yes.
shot first, and then
From where I
Chris.
was standing.
Okay, yeah. So you guys shot, and then I went to shoot, and I have a shoulder issue, which, like, I have a really bad, like, what would you call it? Rotator cuff?
Or you have a hitch in your shoulder.
Yeah.
Yeah,
you
I
have
have
a
a
hitch.
super hitch. So when I pull back, sometimes my shoulder will legit let go. So my shoulder let go, I hit the trigger, and the fucking thing went way out
Way
the
out
woods.
in the woods.
Luckily, it did not go where it should not have gone.
Right.
And we got lucky, but that was sketchy. And you were laughing your ass off.
Yep.
And
Hell
I'm
yeah.
over there like dying. And he's like, you
Sucker.
so good. And yeah, it was ugly.
And then I moved up to where he wanted me to shoot, and I shot the pig in the face.
Yes. And you shot, yours was decent, Cat.
Cat's was decent. Your dad's head, he did a decent shot on that. And so then after that pig,
Then we started getting into the woods.
Yeah, because we were working our way down, and then we had another alley shot at a deer, which
Yep.
wasn't hard compared to the first one with that mule deer.
Right.
Then down again, that's when we got close to that wolf that Sid wanted to look like Teary.
Yeah.
Which was a hard shot too, because I could hardly make that
You
out.
couldn't see which way the thing was going.
I didn't even know what it was.
Even with binoculars, it was hard to see.
It was just like, I mean, I have bad eyesight, and I can't shoot with my glasses, but like the most I was using you guys like, hey, which way is it facing, so I can get a general idea of where to aim, and I'm aiming at the light brown thing out there.
Yeah.
And so yeah, that was a decent.
And then after that, we shot at that ram
Out
right over that creek.
I think so, yeah.
And then after that was a fun shot because that was like a legit like hunting situation shot.
Then it was the squirrel.
Yep.
Went down. Then we got another ram
Going up.
It was before the actual like almost real life hunting shot. I smoked
they all
it.
Flowed together.
You said I smoked it, and that's when Sid kind of stopped shooting.
Okay.
Because it was the ram, or maybe a bighorn sheep, which is pretty much the same fucking thing. Yeah. Well, and then maybe it was the mule deer again, and then it was the deer that I shot in the face.
Okay. Yes, and that was what 60.
It's 65 yards.
And that was like straight down into some ferns. That was a tough shot.
And the deer was quartering away.
Yeah.
Before I even sent the arrow, I looked at you and your dad. I'm like, well, if I actually make it, it'll be
and
funny.
You hit it right in the nose.
Yeah, like
pretty
right
much.
in his jaw, pretty much right under the eye.
And then we moved from that one to the caribou, right?
The small caribou?
Yes.
Yeah, the one where we took a
by
picture.
the waterfall.
Yeah, which was a fun shot because that was what 70.
60 yards again.
Was it?
Yeah. The caribou itself, though, was small.
It was
That's why
small.
It threw everyone off.
It was small, and it was downhill, and the backdrop was a waterfall.
Right.
So if you missed it, you were going in a waterfall.
But I mean, what happened with my first shot was, again, I hit a fucking twig.
Yeah, you didn't hit a twig. You hit a fucking birch tree.
Branch.
No, not.
I thought he hit the whole fucking
It was
tree.
no, it was the branch.
Yeah, threw the arrow off.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I thought he hit the whole birch
No.
tree.
No, that happened to me like 2 or 3 times this go around.
That shot I think was my favorite shot, and I smoked that motherfucker.
Yeah, you did.
Hardcore too, and then she shot and she hit cat shot, hit top of the vitals.
I shot again and I hit I don't know, it was 4 close to the neck.
Yeah.
I know.
And then my dad shot
Went over.
And then after that, the last target was a crow, raven.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that
Which was a cool shot because it was between the trees that the V in the tree that you had to go through.
And Kat 10-ringed that one.
Did she?
Yeah, she got closer than everyone. I was pretty close to that. You were pretty close to it, and my dad shot it too. Well, no, he didn't. He was just to the right.
And under, right?
Yeah. But yeah, the courses are super fun. So I think next year, I'd at least want to do 2 days.
Doing 2 days next year would be fun.
Come up on a Thursday, do a Friday, Saturday, leave on a Sunday. That would be the way to do it.
Right.
Because you saw a lot of these people out here. Oh, you shooting tomorrow too? Did you shoot yesterday? Like, these people aren't just shooting one day. They're definitely shooting multiple days.
Which, like we were talking before, it wouldn't be hard to do as long as we like planned it right.
Exactly.
Like, yeah, it is a lot of walking, can be kind of hard, but
if you prepare for it ahead of time,
it might not
it's
be
not
awful.
that bad.
And we could do it like we were saying, do the hard one the first day, and then the easier one the second day, just for like fun.
Yeah.
And it won't
really keep score.
Nah. Yeah. Maybe you can do that.
And
if I hit it, it's 100 points.
$100. We'll do dollars. And that's how I think we should do it next year. And the pricing is better when you buy multiple days.
Is it?
Yeah, they'll like discount. I think it's like $5 or $10.
So it's not bad. Let's talk about the actual setup of Total Archery. Did you like it this year, or do you think it was better last year?
It was better the year that we did it last.
So 2 years ago.
Yeah, 2 years ago. I think a lot of it is, 1, COVID, and 2, they canceled this and then re-put it back on.
Yeah, it was almost like an afterthought.
Because there was not as many vendors.
Yep.
and usually Mountain Ops is running that, but Black Rifle Coffee Company I think took its place, which is a little weird to me.
Well, Mountain Ops is also still part of it, right?
I didn't see anything Mountain Ops.
No, there's nothing
No.
sponsored
Nothing.
from them at all this year.
Really?
Yeah, weird.
That was weird.
What, Mom and Dad, what happened?
But here's the thing: is do you think it's a little bit of because Mountain Ops stuff is stupidly priced,
Is it?
like dumb, which is weird because it never used to be that high, and I think it just got so popular that it got so high in price. But I feel like that's what's happening at Black Rifle Coffee Company too. Is their coffee was actually pretty cheap. Now it's getting up there in price.
Could be.
But I don't think it was as big, but it was still fun. Me and Kat bought the jacked gear, bow slings with the magnet,
Yep.
so you can carry your bow around, and it's not the strap isn't flapping around because there's a magnet to it to your bow, and it straps it right to it, keeps it compact, and it's veteran run, which is kind of cool.
Right.
And then halfway down the mountain, I get a text message saying that I won a fucking raffle. And then not even fucking 10 minutes later, Sydney fucking gets one. I'm like, I don't even fucking want the thing. It's not even that fucking special. I'm like, I never win anything.
I don't either.
Yeah, but...
You two are related, maybe. It's just a good omen.
Well, they asked that. They're like, you're in the same group? Like, you've...
Yeah, how did brother and sister win this?
Yeah, it's fucking weird.
That's funny.
But yeah, I won a Victory archery hat. You won a stabilizer.
It's
which
pretty nice, too.
It is pretty nice.
I'm stealing it. It's now mine.
We'll have words later.
But what did you think?
About?
What was there?
It was cool. I'll run through the booths. They had the crispy boots.
Yes, $400 boots.
That's a bunch of nonsense. Fuck
That's
that.
fucking crazy.
The boots I wore were a pair of like Reebok Air Force boots from Army Barracks in New Hampshire for like $30. Perfectly fine.
Yeah.
My feet were happy.
I wear the redheads, like
Do you?
$60.
Yep. So Crispies. Even though that's my nickname, y'all can fuck off.
Yeah, I don't think I just don't understand how they're that good.
Then they had the Prime booth, the Hoyt booth.
They had a Prime booth?
Yeah, you didn't see that?
No.
Yeah, they had a Prime booth.
It's right next to the
man.
crispy booth.
Yeah, and the electric bike booth.
Yes, the shit.
And then the Yeti booth was right close to them as
Yes.
well. Then
Rogue
the Jack
Ridge.
gear. Yep.
Rogue Ridge bikes, because the only reason I know that is because Working Class Bow Hunter is sponsored by them.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
So I mean the booths were cool. You had Victory Archery, an arrow booth. Then you had another arrow booth that was actually cutting and making arrows for everyone,
Which was really cool.
That was neat.
That's smart though. That's just smart business. Because the amount of people, like, say you're doing 3 days, right? You blow through those arrows in 2 days.
Like I lost 4 arrows today. That's not bad.
It's really not. Like that's good.
Right.
Because you go down and all you hear is miss. Like you can hear them, and then when you talk to people, they're like, "Oh, that target ate my arrow, and that tree has my arrow," and that's all you heard on the whole way down.
Right. And then I think there was a trophy ridge.
Yep, with all the bow sights.
Yep. And then just the Mountain Ops, or not Mountain Ops.
Black Rifle Coffee Company.
There's a Black Rifle Coffee Company, but I meant I think it's the Total Archery Giveaway booth, which was just the Bear, sponsored by Bear, the Chevy Silverado pickup.
Yes,
giveaway.
which honestly, I think the next year we do this,
You'll give it a shot.
I think I'm going to do that. So what it is there's a caribou straight uphill, and it's 115 yards, right? 115?
150. I thought it was 100 or 120 something.
Something like that. And basically, you have to hit it in the vitals to just be entered to win. So if you miss, you don't get entered. You'd lose your money, basically. And it's not fucking cheap to enter either. It's like it's $50 to $100, I think.
That's nuts. That's nuts for a chance.
Yeah.
All right, it's been me and you talking. Let's go to the girl side of things. My wife's on her phone.
Yes.
Wow.
We're boring.
No, you're not boring.
What did you guys think of it?
I thought it was good, but I did kind of like 2 years ago better. They had a lot more.
You mean like for vendors and stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you like the 2 years ago course better too, or was it just... Was it more enjoyable, or was this one...
Yes and no. It was more enjoyable because I couldn't shoot as far as I could this year, so I mean, it felt better to me, but this year I was surprised that I did as well as I did, I guess.
Yeah, because you did pretty well. You only lost 4 arrows.
Yeah.
And you were shooting a lot further. Like, you were shooting 75 yards, which there's not a lot of chicks out there shooting 75 yards.
Right.
Like, even some of the guys I could hear, like, holy shit. Like,
And like some of the guys were missing those shots too.
fuck yeah, they were.
What about you, Sid? What did you think? This year,
It was definitely a little harder for me.
was it?
But
So, let's take everything away. This year or last year, course-wise, what do you think?
I liked last year's because I could do it better, I guess.
So you were more comfortable.
Yeah,
with the
for
course.
sure.
Like, distance-wise?
Yeah, I mean, I don't shoot too much, so
So preparation was...
yeah, for sure.
Wow.
Like, we sighted my bow in 2 days before we
Yeah.
left.
I mean, me too. So.
So,
But I mean, not last year. Again, last time we were here was a long day. We came in the morning, shot, then left that night.
yeah, what we did was garbage.
Really wrong.
Yeah.
Like, this set, like what we're doing now is good.
And obviously, we don't have the footwear problem as we did last year, which was really rough.
It's really rough.
But then again, this year also, probably in the preparation department was rough as well because you
Just overall.
Yeah, because what round by shot 20 you ended up
20.
getting like sick.
Yeah, just sick. Head throbbing.
Yeah, probably some dehydration.
Some type of
problem.
dehydration, probably. I don't know.
And I mean, that sun was like...
When it came
hot.
out, it was out. And it was
Yeah.
out. So you liked the course-wise and comfort level-wise last year. Or
Yeah.
last time.
Yep.
Cat's the same way.
Yeah, for me, it was more like we could all compete together to see who could get the best shot last year.
Yeah.
And
That's a
then this
good
one,
point.
it was just
Right.
like, can I actually
Yeah,
hit
can I
target?
hit the target?
I don't care if I hit it in the butt as long as I hit the target.
That's a
Exactly.
very good point.
Last year, we were
Agreed.
able to kind of all compete with each other and kind of make it
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
Not that
we were
this year wasn't
actually
fun, but-
all hitting the vitals,
Right.
and we were competing on who was hitting better.
Right. I mean, because we can do, if you do it the right way, I say, but they give you a scorecard. You can keep track of your vital hits and all that. But the way we were doing it was hits and misses and how we were hitting them, just
Correct.
to make it a little more fun and not as competitive. But
Yes.
in the end, it was still a competition. We had fun.
Yeah.
And this year was hits and miss. Can we hit it?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
It was can we actually hit that
Can
target?
we actually hit it?
And like we were talking about earlier, some of them we couldn't.
No.
I mean, yeah.
And you and I are good shots.
Yes.
You especially, and even you missed a couple.
I missed a couple.
So,
Which I went into that expected. Well, here's the thing. I did not prepare like I usually do.
Yeah.
I just haven't had time to shoot. And normally I would go into that being like, if I missed one, I'm going to throw the bow in the woods. But I was okay with what I did.
But I like the point that Kat made was we were all able to, like, we knew we were going to hit every single target on that locals course that the last time we did it.
I don't think that we knew we were gonna hit, but
But we knew that we could get to
yeah,
that.
we could hit them.
Yeah.
We knew we could. Some of them were still challenging, but
Definitely.
Yeah.
But that's the problem that I had with that year is, like, that year I had a lot of time. I was shooting, and it wasn't boring, but it was like, okay, next shot. You know, and that's why I wanted to do this one this year. So that's why I want to do the 2.
Which I think would be a fine idea, because, I mean, but if we think about 2 years ago, the first shot of 2 years ago, do you guys remember that?
Yes.
That was the hardest one on the course, I feel like, besides the one that was straight up.
It was
almost like they do that shit on purpose.
They do.
I mean, but it was cool, so it wasn't a guarantee that the course was going to be easy.
Yeah.
But I think next year we should do 2, and we can let's try either another Yeti or maybe even the Sitka course.
Yeah, so like the hardest course is definitely the prime course, which is the 40 to 120 yards.
I think at least you and I can step up to the 100-yard course.
The Sitka, which is 40 to 100.
And then also have fun doing whether it's the locals or the Leopold.
Yes, which the Loophole is the 20 to 60, which you guys can definitely shoot 60.
Definitely.
And then, I mean, because they were shooting the prime, which was up to 85.
Yeah, they were shooting 85 yards.
Right. And fuck it, might as well just do 3. Me and you will go one day, and the other girls go the other 2.
I mean, I'm down for that too. I would do all 3 days, 100%.
Yeah, I say we do one hard one and then one competition one where we make it a competition for all of us to see what we can do.
And hopefully next year we can get Brandon, Brian.
That would be cool.
Yeah,
that
that'd be
would be
so
cool.
That'd be a fun
Is get
time.
like the whole
crew
together, do it, and make it one. Because we saw the group behind us had like 10 people.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah.
So we could just combine a big group. Like say we're just this group's going up, and then another group, and then we just combine.
Well,
a
there's
group
no
and get up
limit,
there.
right?
There is.
Is there?
Yeah, I think it's 5 people is what they want you to have. But when you get up there,
Yeah, who's going to
just
tell you different?
Yeah, who's going to tell you that you can't? So I think that's how we should do it next year.
Yeah, might as well.
But
Because,
yeah,
I mean, even if it was you, me, Kat, Sid, Storm and Norman,
Brandon, Brian. I mean that.
8.
Yeah.
It's not awful.
Fuck, that's not bad.
That's probably the group that was behind us.
Yeah, easily. Yeah, and it's not like they were cruising through it either. You know what I mean? And it's
Right.
not like they were.
And there was like large groups ahead of us too, so
Yeah. So, yeah, that's definitely how we should do it next year.
do 2 days or
Yeah, at least 2 days.
and 2 courses.
Sonia and I will go to the spa for the third
Yeah,
day.
already got it
Whatever.
planned out.
Whatever.
As long as we don't come back to this hotel.
Yeah, agreed.
Yeah, it's not the best.
It's not
We-
awful, but this bed makes me feel like I'm 66 years old.
Yeah, it's really bad. But it could be worse. The price wasn't too bad.
Right, yeah. Can't complain about that.
Yeah, and it's we're only what 2 miles from the
Yeah.
mountain
Yep.
itself. Like that, you can't beat that either.
Right.
But yeah, if you're looking to do a 3D archery shoot, this is definitely the archery shoot to do it. It's low key. It's fun. There's no one. It's not like a competition, and you can move up on targets. Like we were behind those 2 kids,
Yeah.
and they were moving up, and it's
It
just
is.
for fucking fun. Like
It's fun,
you go
it's
out and you have
relaxed.
fun.
If you want it to be a competition, you can. You can
Yeah.
keep score. You can have bets with your buddies. Do whatever you want. Or you can just shoot and maybe hit it.
Yeah, it's just fun. So, but yeah, I think we covered pretty much everything.
Yeah, at least about total archery.
Yeah. How do you think your bow shot?
So I
And
think
How do you think your bow was sighted in? I guess.
I made a little adjustment which made my bow shoot a tiny bit better. The rest I think is just operator error, me. Otherwise it was pretty good. I think I was a little consistently low and left. I think. But that's on my site. I need to readjust. I think like the pin dots for the single pin. You
Mhm.
know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because when you helped me sight it in, we just scooted them all up and then retape them. So
I see what you're saying.
yeah,
So you were going with the tape and not the dots.
I wasn't really no, because I knew the dots. It just took me a minute to like remember to do it that way. What I'm saying is like 20 and 30 are right next to each other, which is kind of weird. I'm not sure if that has any.
Honestly, with your bow speed,
Probably not.
it's probably like that's how close it will be.
So, like I was saying, I don't know if it's my bow. It took me a minute to like just figure that stuff out, and I was consistently shooting low and left.
Okay. Sid?
I think with having my bow sighted in 2 days before, I did pretty good. And using like the level on my bow and the like outside of the bow, like the sight
Yeah.
The sight itself.
But
itself.
honestly, the fact that you were hitting some targets doing that
Right.
isn't bad.
Yeah. So I'm proud.
Yeah. Kat?
Yeah, same sighting in my bow 2 days before. I kind of helped a lot. Because before I used my bow, we hadn't really had time to get it past 40 or 50.
50.
So getting it out to 70 really made a difference 2 days before. So
Yeah,
I shot well.
I think mine was right on where I wanted it to be. It usually is anyways, but
You don't even have to sight your bow.
yeah, but here's the thing, that bow is so straight shooting that it I don't know. I could not shoot that thing for 2 months and I'd still be right on with it. But what, you don't like that beer? Ah, it's so good. What is it again?
Von Trapp Hellas
Von Trapp.
is inspired by the family that inspired the Sound of Music.
Which one is that? What?
It's the
'Cause
Hellas.
I
It's
got
the
a
one you told me.
variety pack.
Yeah, this is the one that you love.
Cause I'm trying the Bohemian style lager.
This does not taste good.
It's amazing.
I don't think so.
All right, I think we're gonna end it there. So yeah, anyone that's interested in doing the shoot, you could reach out to me. You can even reach out to the people at Total Archery Challenge. They're pretty quick at getting back to you. If you want any more information that we didn't cover, feel free to message us. Like we said, awesome, fun shoot.
Yeah, it is. It's a great
laid
time.
back. It's a good time. So
And the people who take care of it are good people, clearly.
oh my God, yeah. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4. There's 5 courses, and there's 25 targets per course. The amount of work that they have to do to get those, not even get the targets there, but get them set up the way they're set up.
Right.
With the tape that shows you how to get to the next target, that's so much work. And for it to be as laid back as it is,
Yeah.
that just goes to show that they're doing things right.
And I mean, not to mention this past year when it got canceled, reaching out to all the customers that are missing out on all this.
Yep.
Taking the time to respond and take care of them.
And quick too.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, the good people that run it.
Yeah.
And we're not sponsored by them or anything.
No.
So, this is just a shout out to them and the way they do things.
Yep. 100%. So, well, we appreciate you guys listening, and we will catch you on the next one.